Hello fellow Star Trek Fleet Commanders. First off, juking is still the preferred way to handle faction hunters and bounty hunters in Star Trek Fleet Command. But you cannot juke if you're away from your keyboard, as a lot of us have found out. More times than I care to admit, I've come back to my game with a blown up botany bay that has mined exactly 0 data for me. It was just blown away by a hunter because I sent my BB out and then I moved on to other things. I know, maybe this has happened to you as well. So in this short video, we're going to give you a couple quick options that may be obvious to some or could be life-changing even to others, like myself, if you constantly find your botany bay getting blown up by NPC hunters whenever you step away from the game for whatever reason. So here we go. So possibly the most obvious option that we have here on the list, our first option is going to be to move close, relocate to the system or as close to that system as you can get to reduce the warp time and therefore reduce the likelihood that you've moved on to other things before you've juked those pesky hunters. So specifically when we are doing our data mining in augment space with the botany bay, usually we go to 𝘂𝗵𝘁 to do that. So we'll go move to even 𝘂𝗶𝘁𝗵, whatever it is. If somebody knows how to pronounce that, then drop that in the comments below, because I'm not going to take the time to go look it up. But I do move there fairly frequently, or to any of these other systems nearby. For instance, right now I'm down here in Doo-Doo. So I've moved fairly close. My warp time right now for my botany bay is 1 minute 3 seconds, depending on where in that system it decides to spit me out. Not too bad. Usually I can stick around for that long. That is also an operations level 37 player with some warp research and things that will help me get there a little faster than perhaps some of the other players. So our second option is going to be, okay, well, what if you cannot relocate your base or just don't want to? Well, then if you do have the discovery like I have here with the summoning unlocked, then you could potentially take it to the system. To do that, you'll have to go jump to the system, which we're 44 seconds away. Our discovery is a little bit faster. So we will just go to the system real quick. We only have 20 seconds once this "You are trespassing an augment space" banner comes up to go ahead and warp in our other ship real fast. Our other ship comes in, we can go hop on a node, and then we just get back out real quick with the discovery, and we should not have to worry about another hunter spawning on that botany bay, because the ship that aggroed the hunter in the first place, that discovery, has already got back out of the system. It should have despawned all of our hunters, and our botany base should be free to go ahead and do its thing. Now that works, but there are usually better things for us to spend that cultivated mycelium on in the game, and we don't really want to tie up 2 docks if we don't have to. So our third option, if you know that you're about to go AFK for a little while, is to warp your ship to the closest system that won't spawn a hunter, faction space or augment space. And then when you come back to the game, you can finish warping to wherever you go. So if you are nowhere near augment space and you want to go mine data, then warp it to this system over here that I won't try to pronounce again. Or for instance, if you're trying to go out to your Klingon space, you can park it over here in 𝘂𝗵𝘁. Or if you have the warp range, you can park it out here by 𝘂𝗵𝘁, something like that. Or even just go mine out in 𝘂𝗵𝘁. But I did do that a lot earlier on in my time with the botany bay when I was out in faction space, and it would take a while to get somewhere else with my botany bay, as I would just park it in one of these other systems. And then when I came back, I would just have a quick hop over to where I needed to go to get my mining done for that data. So for the fourth and final alternative here, we'll be looking at 𝘂𝗵𝘁. A friend on my server brought this up on voice chat the other day. I had never thought about this before. It's made such a difference to me that I went ahead and made this whole video pretty much because of this exact crew. So at this stage of the game, my botany bay is max tier. It's been that way for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to spending the ship XP to go ahead and finish leveling this thing, or tossing pike out on it overnight or something like that to go ahead and finish it out. But most of my data mining speed is coming from the ship ability. That isn't to say that Joaquin's officer ability is not helpful, but he is a rank 5 officer for me, and I'm not necessarily desperate for corrupted or decoded data at this point in my gameplay. But as much as he can help increase the speed of mining with the botany bay, that mining speed is effectively 0 if I end up forgetting that I sent my botany bay out there and it gets blown up by a hunter, and when I come back to the game, it's sitting in my dock waiting to be repaired. So it doesn't matter how fast that is if it's not doing anything for me, which is why instead we've tossed 𝘂𝗵𝘁 up there. So what we're going to do here now is take 𝘂𝗵𝗁 as the captain, T'Pring and Board T'Pring as the bridge officers. We're going to go ahead and try this again, take our botany bay out here to 𝘂𝗵𝘁. So now we're trespassing an augment space, but we don't care about any hunters. We're going to go ahead and let our botany bay come to a stop out here. And this is actually what I do now when I play, is I'll just shoot my botany bay out there and not worry about it anymore. Sometimes I will intentionally send it out here just like I'm doing now, knowing it's going to get blown up, just because I think it's kind of funny that it'll still be out there and I can go ahead and move it on a node whenever I feel like it. Although it will have sustained heavy damage, because you will only have about, what, 5% whole health, depending on if you decide to go with synergy with 𝘂𝗵𝗁 instead of protected cargo. So any minute now, this really slow 𝘂𝗶𝘁 bounty hunter will pounce on my ship and destroy it. And here it goes. This is everybody's worst nightmare when they send their botany bay out there is, oh no, I got hit by a 𝘂𝗶𝘁 bounty hunter. But we have still won the day. We have 5% whole health remaining. Our shields were depleted. It's going to cost us some to repair, but now it has despawned all hunters on us and we're free to go mine. So for those of you who are going to beat me up over the mining speed of the botany bay with 𝗂𝗂𝗏 on it versus 𝗰𝗵𝘁, you see right here with our 𝗰𝗵𝘁 crew, we're mining this decoded data node in 𝘂𝗵𝘁 at 103,275 an hour. So we go ahead and recall this ship. We'll put 𝗂𝗂𝗏 on here and we'll go look at what we get with him. So the botany bay is coming back to the base right now. And for those of you worried about the repair cost at this stage in the game, it is very cheap to repair, very quick to repair as well. So I'm not that worried about it. The important thing is that we're not forced to repair it before we can go mine any data. Now that's back home and repaired, let's pop 𝗰𝗵𝘁 back off of there, but without changing anything else. We'll slap 𝗂𝗂𝗏 back on there, look at the same node, and we're getting 179,213 an hour. Is that faster? Absolutely, but it's not faster, as we said, if you're dead. So this crew may not work for everybody, but if you're tired of sending your botany bay out there a couple times a day and it's just dead every time you come back to your device, whatever that is, whether you play on PC, iOS, Android, whatever, this is really the best fix for it, is to switch out 𝗂𝗂𝗏 for 𝗰𝗵𝘁 and not worry about it pretty much ever again. So while that's not game breaking for anybody to use that, it was a big aha moment for me, so I did want to share it with you guys. Have you ever used 𝗰𝗵𝘁 on a mining crew for some similar situation as this? What other unorthodox mining crews do you guys use or have you heard of out there? And drop that in the comments down below because I'd love to check those out as well. Also, make sure you leave this video a like. For some reason, YouTube really likes that. And subscribe if you're feeling frisky. That is all for now, my friends. Live long and prosper. I hope you enjoyed the video and we will catch you next time.